So lately I've been devoting a lot of time to researching as I prep my novel that I've completed for submission to literary agents. And so part of that research, of course, is to try to find literary agents that are going to be receptive to the book that I've written. And it was actually a book that I wrote in about a couple of months, but I've spent probably the last maybe 5 to 6 months taking a step back from it and then editing, and then taking a step back from it and then editing again. And I do different types of edits at a time. And so, the last edit that I did was an edit where I went back and kind of added some context to some things that maybe didn't have enough context, and also added maybe some description a little bit more for some scenes to kind of help the reader feel a little bit more like they're in the scene, that they can taste, touch, smell, and not just see what's going on. And so I've added a little bit of that, and I think the novel is really rounded into pretty good shape. I did, of course, the hard edits to really trim some of the fat off of the story and to fix some of the gaps in the story that, of course, are going to happen when you crank it out like I did in probably less than 2 months. And so I've gotten all that done and working on the synopsis to make sure that that's as tight as it can be. And that is a challenge. And I think probably many people who have written a synopsis for a novel, it really is a challenge to tease as much as you can without giving everything away, to make it very interesting and compelling, to put a hook in a potential reader to make them want to pick up your novel and read it when there are so many other options that are out there for them to choose from. And so that's been a challenge. But now it's off to really trying to find the right literary agents that I can pitch to and hopefully sell the book to, and get this dream going here a little bit more. And so it's been an exciting time. Writing is just obviously a lot of fun for those of us who do it. It's a labor of love for many of us. Editing is a pain in the ass for a lot of people, but it's a necessary evil, so to speak, to really round your novel into shape, especially if you're doing it for more than just pleasure, or if you're doing it for more than just maybe therapeutic reasons. And that's what I'm doing with this particular novel, and I'm getting it to the point where I think it's going to be ready for submission, hopefully in the next few weeks or so. And so just going to be tracking down the right literary agents to try to pitch it to, and I think it's a really interesting story, a very compelling story, a very now story that has a young adult focus, but also deals with some very important issues in our society that a lot of times we don't really want to talk about, that sometimes make us uncomfortable, but it deals with it in a way that I think a lot of people will be able to relate to, and will be able to see a little bit of themselves in it, and they'll be able to see a little bit of people that they maybe don't agree with, and maybe in seeing and hearing from people that they don't agree with, or seeing and hearing perspectives that they disagree with, they'll be able to maybe think a little bit more critically about why they have the perspective that they have, and why they feel differently than the perspectives that they've heard that they disagree with. And so hopefully it'll be something that I'll be able to make as compelling as possible, that I'll be able to make as compelling to others as it is to me in my head, as it is to I think people who will be hopefully receptive to it. So excited about getting that going, and again, hopefully in a couple weeks it'll be ready to launch, and I'll have an opportunity to start to make the sales pitch, and I'll be getting my elevator pitch ready, as well as getting the synopsis tightened up, and to work on all those pieces that you have to have in place when you start to submit your novel to literary agents. So excited about that, and looking forward to this next chapter, so to speak, in getting this novel in front of people that hopefully will be receptive and turn that dream of getting published by a publisher into a true reality. So looking forward to that, and that's it for this video. Looking forward to the next video here, as more topics are coming up. So stay tuned for more on this channel.